Hey gang, I realized that I hadn't yet really done any kind of introduction video about who I am, or where I came from. So I thought I would do that really quick. I just jumped right into an issue that I got excited about and realized I need to introduce myself to you. So I'm Julian Snyder. I grew up in Illinois, but I have lived in 6 different states. I moved around a bunch after heading to college. I have lived about a decade in Utah, roughly 6 years down in the Provo area, and then the last 4.5 here in Ogden. My husband and I bought our house up here in the summer of 2021, right before the interest rates skyrocketed. I really wish that I'd been a real adult back in 2014 and bought a house out here, but I wasn't living here then, so that didn't work. I'd just been out for college for a couple semesters and life took us to other places, and that was all super great, super open to talking about all that, if you guys do have questions. But I have almost always, I think, wanted to live here in Utah, and with my family being from so far away, I remember my grandma saying I wasn't ever allowed to move more than 20 miles away from her. And so I said, well, looks like you'll just have to retire out to Utah because that's where I'm going. I have some pioneer ancestors, and in my head Utah was just always the promised land, and came to a youth camp out here one summer for just a week or so, but my whole family sort of drove out and they did a vacation while I was at the youth camp, and my mom saw me and saw the state and knew this is where I was going to end up, and it was not that way in a straight line. Like I said, I moved around to a bunch of different states after first coming here, but I am so happy to be here in Utah. The things that I think I like most about Utah in terms of how it's different from where I'm from: low humidity, which is a big deal. Humidity makes hot feel hotter and cold feel colder. So here in Utah, where if it's cold outside, I can come in, and if it's a warm house or a warm restaurant, something like that, you can almost take your coat off right away because the wind still isn't blowing and there's warmth in the air around you. Where back home, I'd be huddled over a heating vent in my coat, waiting for the warmth to reach my bones. It just felt like the chill creeped down into you and stayed there. So I love that there's no humidity out here. I can't decide if my curls miss the humidity or not. I know a lot of people say that their hair needs more humidity, but I am just going with whatever I have here. There's also comparatively few bugs. We've got a ton of box elders because we have like 6 trees on our fence line between our house and our neighbor's house, and they attract box elder bugs. But even with all of those, there's still comparatively few bugs, and I don't have to worry about being covered in ants if I want to sit down in grass. I love that. There was one time where I went out to pump gas in Missouri on a road trip one time, and in the maximum of 5 minutes that I pumped gas, I got more than 30 mosquito bites from my knees down, just in that time period. That was crazy. So, that's a little bit about me, and really quick, just to wrap up before I make this too long, some things I've been doing in the past week for the campaign. I filled out, I think, 2 surveys, one for Americans for Prosperity and one for the Utah Teachers Union that they said they just sent out to everybody. I got to have a meeting with college Republicans, and I've talked on the phone, I think, to 2 people. I've done some texting. I've sent out a lot of text messages to local GOP delegates, maybe some precinct leaders, and I've also emailed just about every elected official in the area to try to learn more about local issues from what, feedback that they're getting and any experience they have living here, and talk about campaigning a little bit with them. I did do one meeting earlier today with, I don't know if they're actually like a campaign agency where you can hire a campaign manager that way, or if they just have like tools available for purchase. Right now, I have just been doing a lot of the campaigning myself, and I want to continue to do that for as long as I can, because what I really want is politics to be, and civic engagement. I want civic engagement to lead how the state is run, and not just plain politics, and not to, trash on political parties at all. It's a really quick, easy way to find people of like mind and to have a voice. Super proud member of the Republican Party. But I really want our leaders to be, I guess, citizen leaders, and not enter some class of politician that they then stay in for the rest of their lives, or the rest of their lives until they lose enough. I really want people to become informed, become connected. I want people to be able to serve where they're at and learn more through that service. So I'm really grateful for everybody who's engaged with my campaign on social media or through text. I would love to talk to more people and have the chance to earn your support. If you do want to make a donation, right now I don't have the ability to take cards. I'm still working on getting that set up. I worked on that a little bit today for help with making fundraising easier, but I can meet up with you locally, or I guess you could mail, cash or check, and I would just need to make sure that I've got some basic information from you for reporting purposes. But we are accepting donations always, and I do need to start getting ready for a convention in terms of having some signs ready and up and out, and water bottles or cookies or whatever, to get my name out there and be noticed by the delegates voting at convention. If you don't have money but you want to help with time, let me know that too. That's a lot of what I've been doing so far. So time is incredibly valuable as well. Anyway, thank you so much. Have a great day.